Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report. We're back. We made it here this afternoon just before the game started back from New York. Celtics and Knicks in a rematch. Boston takes it 99-75, an emphatic second half full of ball movement. Strides for Jaylen Brown, who posts his first career triple-double with 22, 11, and 11. An astounding secondary creation effort from him. Jayson Tatum, 6 of 14. Decent game, part of an overall big defensive effort. That drew some scorn from Kendrick Perkins after, and Tatum clapped back. He said, you don't have to bring up one guy by bringing down another, something to that effect. I'll put it here in the video so we can quote it exactly. But Tatum with an ear to Twitter after the game. You know, I don't love that. It was a big step for the Celtics to get back on their feet because of how horrific things were on Thursday. You listen to us, you listen to me on that 25-point collapse. That was what to me and many marked this team as broken. Now, Jaylen Brown spoke after the game, talking about his progress and his role and the Brown-Tatum combination, which he said he disagrees on. This could work. They're going through some issues right now, adversity as a team and as a pair. But that he thinks is going to help them in the long term. And that's where I'm at on this season now. In a win like this, where the Celtics certainly should have beat the Knicks, down Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, pretty thin group with Julius Randle playing poorly in this one. I like to see the steps. Now, we saw some awesome stuff after what was a pretty poor first quarter there. Celtics, a lot of guys standing around. Josh Richardson, a couple of shot clock violations on the second. He had the ball in his hands, couldn't get it where Ime wanted it to go. Tatum standing in the right wing, others standing in the corner. Everybody just standing around that first quarter as Emmanuel quickly came out guns blazing with the threes. RJ Barrett hit 3 early triples as well, and the Knicks built a 10-point lead. But then the Celtics just started storming with some of their best plays of the year. Rob cutting off a Jaylen's cut. Jaylen catches the ball and swings it to Rob right underneath for an assist. There was an awesome 5-pass possession where it got to Horford in the corner. Horford went up slow with the up fake and then went downhill and found Brown cutting to the basket. There was just great first-level creation and then second-level creation in this one. Robert Williams catching a pass, finally posting up Alec Burks, catches it cleanly from Jaylen Brown at one point, finishes underneath. Another play, Al found him underneath, posting up a smaller guard, and he scored once again after forcing a turnover on Randle in the lane, swatting the ball into the ground, just a spike block from Rob. Rob was outstanding in this one, blocking shots, forcing turnovers, making it tough for the Knicks to go inside, and they had to put a lot of jump shots up. And finally, I believe they went on a 6 of 22 shooting lull in this one without Fournier out there to kill the Celtics, and that's when the Celtics really ran away from this one, used those stops to ramp up their pace, get out in transition, and just blow the doors off New York and finally feel good about themselves. But should they be feeling this good? You know, where they're emphatically defending the Brown-Tatum combo, which you should, and I like Tatum defending Brown to some degree and hyping him up about a good game in that tweet, but I don't like the intrusion that they're allowing after a win like this, focusing on something negative from Perk and letting it get to Tatum like it did about an individual performance. This was an astounding team performance here. This is a great step for Brown as a playmaker, Rob as a post scorer, just the overall ball movement of the team around Tatum. Brown, how about that one? I believe it was right at the end of one of the quarters there. Brown sets a little flare screen for him. He jumps out to the right wing. Tatum passes it to him, and Brown hits a really tough three. And Brown and Tatum connected throughout this one. This was just exactly what you want to see in terms of a step forward from the team, along with a nice tone-setting Marcus Smart performance out of halftime when the Celtics only led by 2. He comes out, steals a couple balls in a row. I believe he had 4 steals in this one, and that just completely shut down the Knicks offense from there. He was ripping the ball away from Randle again and again. So Smart as well, starting those passing sequences. At this point in the season, I want to see the little steps. I want to see them start to tune out the noise more often, focus on the connection between each other. I'd rather see that in a post-game setting 15 minutes after the game ended than going to Twitter over an individual performance. And again, individual for Tatum. Like this is a great team win right here. They're starting to figure some things out from a ball movement and taking advantage of things that make the game easier for each other perspective. That's what's important right here, right now. I agree with Brown and what he said after the game. This is going to be a long-term thing between him and Brown, certainly, and then there's going to be a development aspect here for a guy like Peyton Pritchard. Hopefully. That's where I think this season should head here, because I'm not going to start waving the flag and say this team figured it out here. They're still brutally inconsistent at the things we saw them do here tonight, and they got to start to do them game by game and start taking those small steps forward. And I think we as analysts and fans have to start to think of that as where this team's headed as well. Now, if that doesn't work by the end of the year, you start to think about wholesale changes like breaking up the Jays. But they have to make an attempt to at least get the needle pointed in the right direction here before the end of the year. I'll feel fine about some losses as well, as long as the process is right. But now the process over result, as Brad Stevens used to said, is going to become so important for the Celtics here. And carrying that forward to 2 games against the Pacers, who have been pretty short-handed, missing Chris Duarte, Malcolm Brogdon, and others. That's what's up next for this team. Back here at TD Garden on Monday. I'll be there. I'll be all calm thanks to a full Sunday on the app of meditation, sleep exercise. I certainly need that after 3 games and 4 days here. Calm.com/Garden. 40% off your premium subscription. Do it to support the Garden Report, Celtics All Access, CLNS Media, as we continue to take you on the road later this month in Washington. And LinkedIn.com/Garden. Post your job for free. I know numerous of you are business owners out there or people looking to hire. LinkedIn makes it easy by finding the candidates that are right for your post, and do it for free at linkedin.com/Garden. Go check that out if you're looking for employees, and many people are. I'm Bobby Manning from TD Garden. Good night. Celtics win 99-75 and stop the bleeding.